Why, hello there. Good meowing, good afternoon, or good evening. Whatever time it is for you, thank you so much for stopping by, and welcome to tonight's stream. It's more Virche because we're in the longest ever first chapter. And Ellie confirmed that Yu's route is actually 5 chapters long. So he has even an additional chapter. And I'm terrified to see what comes out ahead. Okay, pause. I believe, Holly, you are actually in 2nd place. Oh, you're in 3rd place. Felina bumped above you. all good. So let's actually need to pop over here then. Hello. It's me, and it's time for Virche. All right. So as usual, I'm still getting used to the audio settings over here. It's me. all good. Bryson. As usual, if audio is odd, let me know because I'm still mushing around with the settings. Okay. Oh, fuck. We got to see the... I forgot to do the intro warnings. Yeah, very hot boy. This game is dark. In case that you, this game is dark. There's look at all the trigger warnings. Yeah, lovely place to come back to. Look at all these trigger warnings. This game is dark. If you're not in a good place to deal with the dark, come back later. Because I'm gonna be fucking marathoning this game until it's done because I love it so much. It's like popped up into like top 3. Yeah, we're learning about Yves' past. So yeah. Who are you? Why are you? I love that this guy's telling us not to give up as he's burning alive. I don't know why we burnt this boy. Yeah. Well, he got burnt because our powers summoned fire. Do I know why? No. Oh no. Oh boy. 7 years ago, the young boy who risked his life to save me from the flames, whose face was burned from those flames. That was you, right, Yves? Yeah. Oh, that's bad. Oh, I wish you had forgotten. Yves closed his eyes and began to speak as if telling me about a dream. A dream filled with flames. Don't give me... Okay, I was about to say, don't give me chapter 2 now. But, nope. Still chapter 1, bros. I was born as a commoner in Koen. Aside from the fact that my family had some odd traditions and customs, I was raised in a family like any other. The grandfather I adored was already gone back then, but my parents, who were both relivers, were doing fine. I couldn't put it in any other way then. My life was pretty good. That night, I visited the orphanage to play with one of the boys I met by chance in town. I had no idea where the fire started. Oh no. I was staying in my friend's room when suddenly I heard a huge explosion, and in the next moment, my body was blown back and I lost consciousness for a moment from the pain of slamming against the wall. It must have been 10 minutes or so. The growing heat woke me up, and by then, everything was on fire. Oh boy. A lot of the kids and the staff were dead, either from the fire or from the rubble that fell on them. I was screaming in fear at the sight before my eyes, but I ran through the flames in hopes of finding my friend or any survivors. It was then that I heard someone. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's all my fault. It's because I'm here. Inside that miserable room filled with red and black flames being buried by debris. Black flames? Black flames. I looked inside to find a girl in the center of the room apologizing endlessly. I had no idea why he was crying like that, and his voice was filled with grief and despair. Well, yes, probably. I couldn't believe how calm I was. Thanks for being a... Before I knew it, I ran towards you to shield you from the flames closing in. From here onward, you may not be able to recall these memories. I somehow endured the flames and carried you outside on my back, but... By then, a third of my face had been burned. It seemed that the burns I sustained were different from any other burn. Everyone who saw my face screamed at how hideous I looked and wouldn't even come close to me. Oh. Baby. Even the doctor who attended to my burns tried to look away from my face. Of course, a monster like me couldn't be accepted by my parents. Oh! Oh, who had lived a normal life until now. Oh boy. Oh boy. Huh? I'm sorry, your parents are just fucking bad. I was called an abomination and left in the Lycris field all alone. If it weren't for one of the staff from my orphanage who just happened to pass by, I would have died from my wounds. Did they beat you too? But I was still treated like a monster at the orphanage. The kids around me bullied me, saying that I was Death's puppet. Oh boy, they threw rocks at me every time they saw me. I would step out into town, but none of the adults spoke to me or even bothered to look at me. The adults at the orphanage treated me well, but... Their kindness came from pity. The more of their kindness I accepted, the more crushed I felt by helplessness. Yeah. A few months passed. Then one day, as I was playing out in the garden alone like usual. Anku? Man introduced himself as a merchant. His face and his voice are a distant memory. Thinking about it now, I should have been suspicious given how otherworldly he seemed for a supposed merchant. Anku? But I was dying to talk to someone since no one ever wanted to look at me. I did what I could to try and keep him with me for as long as possible, so I accepted his introduction wholeheartedly. But he then started to look at me with a really sad expression. What? Huh? What? Hi, Ellie! What is going on? I didn't pay him anything, but he still gave me a mask with a beautiful design. I put it on just to give it a try, and it seemed like the people around me reacted a bit better. Oh, interesting. Which was why, ever since then, I made it a duty to put this mask on over my scars so that I wouldn't make others around me uncomfortable. Honey. Honey. Boy, do I fucking know the feeling of that. The amount of people who just stare at me when I walk with my cane. I'm like, well, okay. Okay. There was one guy, I was just buying fucking groceries in college. Hey, Citegla! We got to learn a bit more about Yves. And we learned that Anku gave him his, Anku gave him his, yes. Yes, we are. Anku gave him his mask. But yeah, no, I know very much what Yves is talking about, because I was getting groceries in college. I was just getting groceries. And I was using my cane. And this dude just randomly approached me while I was waiting in line to check out my groceries. And he was like, were you doing something you shouldn't have? And like looked at my cane, and I was like, existing? What? Exactly. I was like, huh? What? Freaking wild. Absolutely freaking wild. Up there with the person. Yeah. Oh, that's adorable. But yeah, no, I'm a cane user. Should have been for quite a long time, but started using it in college, because that's when I got my fibro diagnosis. But yeah, up there with the person who cut my hair before, who when I came in for the first time with my cane, she'd cut my hair before when I didn't have my cane. And then she cut my hair when I had my cane, and she's like, eating she's like, turmeric and going vegan will cure you. And I was like, oh. Never mind. I think I'll stop talking to you. I haven't gone back to Yves' memories of the flames were beyond horrific. She didn't even ask. She's like, that it'll cure you. I'm like, I don't think it will. It's A, genetic, and B, autoimmune? Fucking wild. Fucking wild. Majority of his face was burned after saving the heroine. I don't know. From a fire 7 years ago, his parents disowned him because of his appearance, and he's been kept at a distance by others ever since. I'm sorry. Yeah, oof. I'm sorry. I was reliving my feelings from before. I felt like wailing from the despair and guilt rising from within me. But I had no right to do that. The one who should be wailing and blaming me was Yves. It's my fault. I took away your family and happiness and destroyed your life. If only I hadn't been there then. No. If only I had died earlier.
やめて。その言葉だけは聞きたくない。俺の大事な友達の命を否定することは、たとえ君自身でも許さない。
No, okay, so he went to the orphanage to play with someone. And then that was the night that we exploded the orphanage. And then his burns were so bad that his family thought he was possessed by a demon and kicked him out. Literally disowned him for having scars. Yeah, he was just visiting.
俺は君を助けたことは後悔なんてしてないよ。俺は当時たくさんの人に愛されながら生きていたから。
Also, he still has a fever, doesn't he? From being stabbed?
今度は自分が誰かを愛し助ける番だって自分で決めて手を伸ばしたんだ。
from the poison from the stab. Continuing with a smile. CG? No, just Yves' point of view. This is still chapter 1. It's been almost 3 hours now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Yeah. Sure, I now had a mask to hide my burn, but I was still alone, and the fact that I saw how my parents loved each other... Oh no. Pity for my burns aside, I simply wanted someone to love me. It was around then that my desire to be loved escalated into something abnormal. Yeah, I thought to myself about what I needed to do in order to have someone love me despite my hideous face. Oh, honey. It turned out the answer was very simple. Oh. Oh, honey. Oh, honey. With that thought in mind, I left the orphanage a few years later and found a place which became Kurun. But life doesn't work how you want it to. No matter how many orders I fulfilled, most everyone already knew who I was and what happened. So they all looked at my mask with pity. I did earn their trust, but I wasn't able to earn anyone's love. Until Hugo, who fell in gay love with you. Some girls did say they wanted to be in a relationship with me. Oh, okay. Others said they'd be friends with me, but each time I showed them my face, they ran away screaming. Aww. The same thing happening each and every time eventually wore out my heart. I pretty much gave up on being loved and decided to place my bets on my next life. As a reliver, remaking my body from the ground up. After all, injuries and disease would become things of the past. I don't know about that. And so, the reason I loved everyone was because I wanted to be loved in return. That day, I extended my hand to you simply because I was hoping you'd be different. I was far from being a good guy. I don't think that's really all that bad. Honestly, I'm gonna be 100% honest. That's not that bad. The real source of kindness that everyone spoke about was... I don't think that's greedy. To say, I would like someone to love me, so I'm going to be really kind to people. Yeah, that's like, on a scale of 1 to 10 of bad things, especially stuff like that's happened in this game, that's like a 0.5. Even if I was foolish, I didn't want others to go through what I did. I made that decision based on not wanting people to experience the emptiness of the hopeless suffering of being unloved. Yeah, so now you're down to a 0. That's not bad at all. I needed to show the same love that I wanted to receive. That makes sense. Even if my love was twisted, it was worth it if I could save even one person. I don't think that's twisted, which was why. Yeah, his perspective is skewed, but his actions are not bad. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
一応自分が異常だっていう自覚はあるけど、この生き方だけは譲れそうにない。
Really, honestly, Yves, you're not that bad. Yeah.
君が人間だろうが、死神だろうが。
Dragon, were you...
こうして俺の前で懸命に生きている一つの命には変わりない。
Shut up, Yves. Dragon, were you there for us figuring out just how many... okay, that's okay. There's quite a lot of cannibalism references. I'm very scared this man is gonna have to eat us. Yeah.
なら、君は他の人間と等しく、俺が愛すべき存在だ。
I mean, considering... Oh, yeah. Considering that from the burn scars that I have seen before are mostly just skin colored. Like, they're not red, angry welts afterwards. Yeah. His is red and angry, almost like he's been continuously skinned. Vor is very different than cannibalism. All Vor is cannibalism, but not all cannibalism is Vor. Yeah. So the love he expressed to me back then encompassed everything he went through. But yes, cannibalism as a metaphor for love is extremely common, and I do like it. Yi's fever subsided a bit by the time he finished talking. Ain't that good? I carefully propped him up so he wouldn't fall over. As he got up, our eyes met. I could see his eyes regain their light, with the gold from my hair reflecting inside. I didn't know what kind of emotion I should respond with, as his translucent eyes captivated me. Can we stop having a lot of... Yeah. Could we stop having a lot of eyeball discussions? No amount of apologizing would be enough to show him that I was sorry. Like, the amount of times we've had to talk about eyeballs is interesting. If possible, I would like to pay for my sins right now for destroying his life. Yeah, this game was made for me. But the option of atoning for with my death was completely denied. Aw, damn. If so, the only thing I could do was...
Yves, even if you think you're a fool, your love saved me, Yves.
Crying was all I could do now. I was happy to have someone other than Adolf extend their hand to me. You didn't treat me as death or some kind of poor girl, which made me enjoy life as a normal human. Words weren't enough to express my gratitude. Yves, your love is needed much more than you think. There are a lot of others in this country.
Okay, Bryson, thank you so much for stopping by.
Who have been saved by your kindness. Yves' eyes opened wide. Okay, so here's what I was talking about, Satenica. Look at his closed eyelid on the right. Look how red that is. That's the burns. Yeah, very red. He then let out a smile that could only be expressed as innocent and childlike.
もう泣くか笑うかどっちかにしようよ。
Yeah, nope, it's the skin underneath. He gently wiped my tears with his finger.
けどありがとう。
Oh, there's a little blushy, blushy, blushy.
こんなに歪んだ愛を誰かに誇ってもらえたのは初めてだ。
Oh. Yves continued saying that he was glad he mustered the courage to tell me everything. Memories of those flames would never heal, and I was sure Yves' soul will continue to burn. Oh, okay. Making him suffer to no end. But, Yves, let me formally give you my thanks. Thank you very much for saving my life. My smile may not solve anything, but it was the best I could give him now. I was sure this was the right thing to do.
こちらこそ生きていてくれてありがとう。
Mm-hmm. What an interesting pair we make.
君との再会を手繰り寄せてくれたリコリスたちが起こした奇跡に心からの感謝を。
Were you gonna eat them here, sir? Was he about to have like a little nom nom session with the flowers? Did we interrupt him in the middle of a meal? Giving thanks to the lycrases? You keep surprising me, Yves. That said, I was also grateful to the lycras Noage for beckoning me towards them that night. Ah, so why were you in the lycras field that night, Yves? Looking back on it now, I thought I saw you crying.
ああ、その少し感傷に浸ってたというか、あそこはもともと俺がいるべき場所というか。
Yeah, he's gonna cannibalize us.
ごめん。
Yeah.
今は教えられない。いつか折を見てこっそり教えるよ。
Alright. You're only making me more curious for putting it that way. Chapter 2? Fuck!
本当に恨みの一つもないのな。
I'm sorry, Hugo. Your gay lover is going for another dude.
いや、恨むどころか まるで最初からいたみてえに馴染んじまって。あいつ、ああいう女が好みだったのかね。
Oh. Chapter 2? What was that noise? Here's chapter 2. Hi, bling. That was a terrifying noise. I didn't like that weird noise.
これは呪いではなく約束だ。ありがとう、友よ。君が守りし、リコリス・ノワージュを
Oh.
必ずや救済の未来につなげると私は誓おう。
Oh. Oh. Interesting. Okay, let's count. How many did that actually take? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. That took 17. Holy moly. The next day, the fever Yeast had late last night was nearly gone after a long, well-deserved rest. Okay, back to this.
みんな俺の料理の何をもってまずいと感じるんだろう。
Cause it does. Maybe it's just a matter of taste rather than whether you're a good cook or not. I responded to Yeast as I chopped some freshly picked vegetables. I'm glad he's feeling better already. To be honest, I was a bit scared. Scared that my curse of misfortune might cause him to die as a result of his wounds. But he turned out completely fine. Anku must still be suppressing my power as death. It's very possible that Eve's falling through the church roof had something to do with me, but if I keep criticizing myself over something that can't be proven, I would only be bothering him. I just had to be more careful. I was still too resolved to continue life without being too critical to myself. I then looked down at the ingredients that Yeast prepared. Most of them were normal, but now that I had a closer look, I noticed an unusual ingredient on the table similar to the fish from before. Yeast, can I ask you where you got all these ingredients?
基本的に海から漂着した新種の魚や
Oh
植
boy.
物の種子から自分の庭で育てて、家に伝わってる口伝を元に処理してから問題ないか自分で試した上で調理してるよ。
Oh. There's something faulty about his method if it caused everyone to collapse. He must really love all sorts of food.
執念っていうか、これはもうじいさまや口伝を残した祖先からの遺伝かもね。俺は特に顕著らしくて、昔とんでもないものを食べようとした時はさすがにじいさまに叱られたな。
Oh, the licorice or human?
That doesn't surprise me.
In any case, it seemed like he had grown out of his curiosity just enough to not eat anything that was obviously inedible. The only ingredients he prepared were the ones with potential to not cause harm. Oh. Oh. Of course, Eve's taste tested everything before serving it to anyone, but still.
なぜかみんなからはそっと料理とか殺人料理とか言われる。
Yeah, true. He probably was trying to eat the flowers.
ひどいよね。俺はみんなのために愛を込めて一生懸命作っているだけなのに。
Oh my.
That does sound horrible.
Aside from Yves, Mathis was able to eat everything that was served, which means the ingredients themselves couldn't be poisonous or harmful to eat. I wonder if that meant the dishes were bursting with so much flavor that everyone else was just startled.
という
Yeah.
わけで君から食事当番の座を取り戻すためにも特訓しようと思って。
Let's start with using ingredients that other people would use.
今日からしばらくよろしく先生。
Oh.
隣でじっくりその技術を盗ませてもらうからさ。
I'm not as good as a chef, but if watching me can help.
Sensing his willingness to challenge himself, I turned towards the small fish in the bowl, which was jumping again in fear.
Looks like Puffy's jumping around again.
服
Oh, your fish over there. It's round and puffy, so I just started thinking of it as Puffy. After feeding it a few times, it sort of grew on me.
かわいい名前だね。俺も今後はそう呼ぼうかな。
Yeah, now you won't be able to eat it.
彼女からの愛に応えて 大きく美味しく育つんだよ。
Oh no.
ふく
Oh no.
He sounds like a predator.
Puffy must feel like a criminal waiting to be executed. In any case, after all that talk about him yesterday, I was glad to know that he was still approaching me with his usual kindness. I was thinking of preparing some stew for everyone at the court today. Would you like to help Yves? Having him cut some vegetables shouldn't do any harm.
もちろん。ああ、それなら収穫したばかりの変わった芋があるから倉庫から取ってくるよ。
Interesting potatoes?
Potatoes? I guess that shouldn't change the flavor of the stew. It should be fine.
Unless they're just weird ass potatoes.
Maybe they're not really potatoes?
Dr. Cop Machine, it's Yee's skin! Oh no.
未知の食材を素手で触り、
Oh.
皮膚の一部が溶けて腫れたと
No, they're poisonous potatoes.
言うまでもなく、食材が保有していた毒性によるものだろうね。
Yeast just has no luck.
前は手袋をつけて収穫したから全然気がつかなくて。
Oh boy.
相当痛むはずなのだが、例によってなぜそんなにも平然とした顔をしているのか。
We have come to the conclusion that he cannot feel pain.
まあいい。これに懲りたら二度と触ることのないように。
いやでも何かしらの調味料や植物と混ぜれば案外いけるんじゃ。
Don't!
触ることのないように。たかが食材で彼女に心的外傷を負わせるつもりかね。
Truly.
あ
His skin! Yee's skin! I did it again!
あー、ごめん。こんな傷見たら嫌でも思い出すに決まってるよね。
Yeah, great job. This isn't about me. You need to take better care of yourselves, Yves. Yourselves, self. And so another day of interesting events passed. Life at Kudun continued to be peaceful. Mother, I'll be going to help Yves again today.
No, 毎日遅刻しねえとは感心。用意してくれる飯もうまいし、大助かりだ。
Hugo, I know you don't like me because I'm taking away your gay lover.
おはよう。今日もたくさんの依頼が入ってるから頑張ってこなしていこうね。
Okay, I'm ready to help anytime. I was greeted by two familiar voices before starting my day here.
いやー、壊れた屋台を直してもらった上
Maybe
飾り布
so.
まで綺麗にしてもらって悪いね。
見事なもんだ。男手だけじゃこうはいかないよ。
Well, I'm glad I could be of help. Yves?
なんでお前が自慢げなんだよ。
友達が褒められて誇らしくなるのは当然のことでしょ。
Yves, friend. Friend.
Wink, 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 wink. Doesn't seem like the fish are biting.
釣りには根気がいるからね。でも本当に釣れない。明日の朝までに納品できなかったらどうしよう。
心配すんな素人ども。
Oh?
この釣りの天才ヒューゴ様がなんとかしてやる。
Tsuri no Tensai, Fishing Master.
ほら釣れた。この調子で今日の夕飯分まで釣り上げてやるさ。
Oh my. Yeah.
Wow, it's huge! You're amazing, Hugo!
さすが釣りの天才。
もっと褒めたたえろ。俺の機嫌が良ければ良いほど大物が釣れるようになるぜ。
I've gone fishing once and I hated it. Yeah. I mean, I guess you could be strong enough to reel up
それでは
fish.
皆さん、今日も外部との交流を兼ねてクルーンのお兄さんたちと一緒に思う存分遊びましょう。
Oh.
イブ兄ちゃん、ヒューゴ兄、いつもみたいに剣士ごっこしよう。
Bling! Hello, hello, hello!
僕らが自警団役やるから、兄ちゃ
Oh.
んたちは悪いコロエ兵役ね。
Oh. Oh boy.
おいおいガキども、配役が逆だろ。俺らこそが正義の自警団様だぞ。
Wow, politically charged
そ
games.
れ以前にこの衛兵たちは別に悪い人たちじゃないんだけどどう訂正したものかな。
じゃあそこのお姉さんはこっちで私たちとお裁縫しましょ
You mean me?
う。お姉ちゃんだってクルーンの一員なんでしょ。変な噂があっても気にしたりしないわ。
Yeah? Ah.
いやー、皆さんがご縁を引き受けてくれて助かりました。
It's our boy! It's our boy! Dahoud!
僕ってばほら、こんなに若々しくて可愛くて品もあるので、クーネに降りると絡まれやすいんですよね。
When you're this cute and important.
そうそう。
Yeah. Well,
ゼ
he
ルネボ
just
ルの
has
方で
his.
も例の事件をきっかけにクルーンさんの評判はじわじわ広まってますよ。
He just has his lab coat off.
特にシアンさんは
Oh.
新聞をこまめに買って皆さんの活躍ぶりを逐一確認してるみたいですし、そのうち依頼があるかもですね。
Oh.
Shen, that's a surprise.
そういえばこの間の手当のお礼をしてないな。本当に依頼があれば何かしらのお返しができるんだけど。マティス？
Excuse me, but can I move yet?
ダメです。
Oh, is he
あと
drawing
少しで
us?
構想が固まりそうなので
Draw me like one of your French
じっとしていて
cats.
ください。
Oh.
やっぱり主人公の姿はイブさんそのものより少し凝らした方が。
Oh.
どうかもうしばらくの辛抱を。お二人をもとに一連の事件を追う過程を
Yeah.
小説として描くのだと。坊ちゃん。
Yeah.
新しい生きがいを見つけるってのはいい傾向だな。
Well, we'll see how long that
ええ。
lasts.
屋敷にこもっていても入ってくるご友人たちの活躍ぶりに触発されたのやもしれませんね。
Mm-hmm. Yikes.
夜遅くまでお疲れ様。俺が入れたものでよければ紅茶でもどうぞ。
Okay. Thank you very much, Eves.
何かブローについてめぼしい情報は見つかった？
No, not yet. The only person they found so far was a man who looked to be a martial arts enthusiast, but he didn't have the same build and he's already dead. So I don't think it's him.
あ、それもしかして俺たちの師匠の記録じゃない？一回だけ家の掃除を頼まれたことがあったような。
Oh, Lucas's dad.
Oh, I see. The record did say that he was the leader of the Corps. I guess it isn't going to be easy finding relevant information.
そうだね。けど焦ることじゃないし、
Oh
ゆっ
God.
くり調べてみよ
I hope not.
う。俺も一緒に手伝
Unless he
うから
puts
さ。
weird herbs in it.
なんなら各依頼を受けた時の思い出話でもしようか。
Uh-huh.
That sounds great. I'd also love to hear how you started Kudun.
So about 3 hours per chapter. Oh God.
聞いたかい？例の死神の娘の話。よりにもよって被害者のイブと行動してるとはな。
Uh-oh.
おいおい、そんな言い方するなよ。いざ近くで見てみれば結構な器量よしのいい子じゃないか。
True.
うんうん。仕事も丁寧だし、無茶をしがちなイブのこともうまく補佐してるしな。
何よみんなして。何も起きないからって手のひら返して。
Mm.
思ったより怖くないのは事実でしょ。イブを狙ってたからって変
Oh.
な妬み方するのやめなさいよ。
Oh my God. People are actually like being nice to us.
お、噂をすればだ。おい、お二人さん。今日は二人きりでの相引きかい？
Oh.
いつも仲睦まじくて羨ましいね。
Oh.
俺も恋人の一人や二人でも作りたくなっちまうよ。
Hitori o futari? A lover or two?
恋人にばかり夢中になってないで、たまにはうちの店に遊びに来なさいよね、イブ。
Oh boy.
Upon seeing us walking together, the other residents began teasing us. Eves and I quietly continued on our way back to Kuru to see Hugo, who had to do some work on his own.
なんかごめんね。俺と二人で行動する機会が多いせいで変な噂が広まっちゃったかな。
You know, I'll take this weird rumor over us killing people.
Don't worry, you don't need to apologize. I hadn't expected that they would be staring and whispering about us both now. I'm just relieved that they're actually talking to me. It's like a dream. I'm not upset at all. In fact, I'm so happy I could cry.
He smiled at me happily. His honesty and open heart, along with the teasing from the others who knew him, made me feel ticklish in a way I couldn't describe. I did know that Eves was someone who could love anyone freely, even if it wasn't me. I returned his smile with that in mind. We returned to Kadoon. Is this Kadoon? I thought this was Alford's house. Oh, okay. I was on meal duty for the court and planned to head to Alford. Did I really say Alford? Adolf. And planned to head to Adolf's with them before Yee's patrol shift tonight. With Hugo by our side, we brought the cooked dishes and drinks to Adolf's house. Okay, this is Adolf's house. I was like, I don't think that's Kadoon.
今日もアドルフ妹の作った飯はうまそうだな。酒にもよく合いそうだ。どれどれ？早速味見を。
どう？特訓の成果を見せようと思って、一品だけ俺が作ったのをこっそり紛れ込ませてみたんだけど。
Yeah.
久しぶりに犠牲者が出た。
失敗か。今回こそうまくできたと思ったのに。
Damn, no good.
てめえイブふざけんな。何のための当番交代だと思ってやがる。
The members of the court come to terms with my cooking and actually welcomed it with open arms now. I was used to seeing my meals and drinks spread across the table with everyone fighting for the first helping.
そうか。ブローの身元はまだ割れてないか。
As everyone continued to eat and chat, I went over to talk to Adolf and share what information I learned so far. Yeah, poor Yves.
こっちもこっちで変死事件が流行り病や薬によるものじゃないかと調べてはいるが。
If he could at least, like, use normal ingredients, I think he'd be fine. It's the weird ingredients he uses.
ああ、あれ以来、同様の事件は起きてないが、かえってそれが不気味に感じる。
Yeah.
ただの杞憂ならいいんだが、病や薬の可能性を考えると楽観視はできない。安全だと確信を得るまでは、各自体調には気をつけろよ。
Love and arsenic. Yeah, you could taste the love, though that might just be the arsenic.
Yeah, I will.
I then glanced at Yves. Yves, are you going to spend the night here after your shift?
うん。多分お酒で潰れちゃうしね。君はどうする？自警団にもだいぶ馴染んできたんだし、一緒に食事するのもいいと思うけど。
だな。たまには夜更かしも悪くねえだろう。
I suppose. Well, if you all don't mind. Adolf, is that alright?
後片付けの要因が増えるのは助かる。
Oh, okay. I couldn't help but chuckle as I remembered the chaos from last time.
Eves, if you don't mind. Here, some of your favorites to snack on tonight. You should have some if you get hungry.
いいの？ああ、ありがとう。大事に食べさせてもらうよ。
ああ、お熱いことで。もう夫婦にしか見えねえや。
Oh no. Yves and I froze as everyone hollered with excitement. Man. To not be dating and get that kind of reaction. Oof. Despite not drinking a drop of wine yet, the noise continued well after everyone came back from their rounds.
彼女の料理があるといつもよりお酒が進むね。
Oh god, he's drunk as a skunk.
俺が持ってきたこのお酒も全部開けちゃっていいかな？
いいぞいいぞ。俺たちが許可する。
ありがとう。みんな愛してる。遠慮せずに好きなだけ飲んでいいからね。
それでこそお人よし。
飲んで飲んで飲んで飲んで。
俺たちも愛してるぞ。
Sure is peaceful.
お前の中の平穏の基準は
Yeah, what do
ど
we
うなっ
mean?
てんだ
What do we mean peaceful? Everyone kept eating as they drank. I sat on the sofa looking around the room at the festivities as Adolf and the others continued drinking.
いつものことだろう。むしろ被害者が減った分、マジでジョーちゃんは自警団にとっての救世主だぜ。
Amazing.
ま、イブが潰れたら俺が介抱するから心配すんな。
Wonderful.
いつものことだが、イブ以外の面倒を見るつもりはねえんだな。
Yeah, they're in gay love.
だが
Well,
まあ
Hugo's in gay love.
今回ばかりは羽目を外しても許してやるか。
Mhm.
イブと行動を共にしてるおかげで、お前の死神の噂も少しずつ薄れてきたからな。
Adolf looked at me with his drink in hand.
何より、本当にいい顔をするようになった。あいつにお前を預けて、正解だったな。
Mm-hmm. It's because you and Mother wholeheartedly supported me, Adolf. It's really fun being with Yves. It feels like my world is expanding every day. In fact, I've been laughing so much lately that my jaw's hurting.
今までの反動だな。
Yep.
ところで、クーネの方で広まってる噂は本当なのか？
Huh? Rumors?
お前とイブが恋人同士だと
Oh
いう。
god.
What? I blushed at Adolf's sudden inquiry. It's not true at all. Everyone is just misunderstood since we're often seen working together. And I think Yves is too good for me anyway.
そうかね。
Hugo is immediately like, I'm interested. Adolf and Hugo were among the very few who knew about how Yves got the bird scar on his face.
あいつは外面だけなら理想像を詰め込んだような男だ。
Mhm.
女に言い寄られることも少なくない。
Mhm.
うかうかしてると横からかっさらわれるぞ。
Oh boy. He spoke in a low voice before taking a sip, and my face flushed bright red as if I was the one drinking.
Where did that come from, Adolf? Don't surprise me like that. It's not like I can.
おい、アドルフ。無責任に煽ってやるなよ。
Hugo's like, don't make Prince think about dating Yves.
イブ
Yeah.
はリライバーになるんだぞ。
Yeah.
今のあいつと恋をしたところで、帳消しになるのは目に見えてんじゃねえか。
That too.
それは分かってるが。
Well, you know, it's not like I really know Yves, and I've never seen him in that way before. I'm fine just being his friend.
Despite the words I said, I felt a strange prickling in my chest. How arrogant of me. I should be happy that he didn't harbor a grudge toward me over what happened. As the person responsible for his scars, wanting to be more than friends was something I could never wish for.
お、イブがとうとう潰れた。
Oh boy.
いつもよりだいぶ飲んだな。一人で3本開けたか？
3 bottles.
両妻ちゃん、旦那の世話を頼むぜ。
The man brought Yves by the shoulder and proceeded to drop her right beside me. His head wobbled, obviously groggy, and before long he slumped over with his head right on my lap.
What am I supposed to do?
少し待ってろ。他の連中も潰れる頃合いだろうし。
Everyone else will pass out
全員分
soon.
の寝床を準備してくる。
Yeah, yeah. We just gotta wait till everyone else passes out. After a brief sigh. Yeah. Well, okay, there it is. Adolf dragged two of his men across the room across the floor outside the room, as if that was the signal to tell everyone that the party was over. And the others in the room began helping up those on the floor and followed after Adolf. A few moments later, the only ones seated were me, Yves, and Hugo.
嫌じゃなけりゃ、寝床の準備が済むまで、そのまま膝枕してやってくれ。
Okay.
泥酔したイブは寝相が悪くてよ。油断すると、部屋のあちこちに移動しちまうんだ。
Amazing. Okay. I looked down at Yves, who was snoring softly. Don't poke his cheek. Stroke his hair. Stroke, stroke, stroke. Noticing how soft his hair looked, I stroked it gently. Ah! Yves rubbed his cheek against my lap, not just once, but repeatedly, as though he was snuggling up against me.
Use that tickles.
I wasn't surprised to see Adolf bringing his fist down on Yves' head. Yeah. Yves didn't budge or react one bit and instead continued to sleep soundly. He's kind of cute like this. But strange to think of how much more innocent he looked when asleep.
暑いね。俺も可愛い恋人に膝枕してもらいたいわ。知ってるか？今クーネではあいつらの影響で 恋人を作るやつが増えてるんだってよ。
Oh.
そりゃあ、あんな仲睦まじいところを見せられたら
Oh,
羨ましく
okay.
なっちまうよな。どうせリライバーになったら消去されるし、恋愛感情なんて持つだけ無駄だと思ってたから、
Oh.
適当に相手を見繕おうと思ってたけど。
Mhm.
だな。俺も本気で恋できる相手探してみるか。
Oh.
Ugh.
Oh shoot, I completely forgot that I was in clear view of everyone.
聞こえてんぞお前ら。当人たちの話も聞かずに勝手に盛り上がんなよ。
Amazing.
なんだよヒューゴ。こんなの冗談に決まってるだろ。
We know you have a gay crush on Yves.
珍しく突っかかってきてどうしたよ。
Oh, well, or that.
の、さては、お前も彼女のこと気に入ってんのか？
は？
Huh?
三つどもえってやつか。確かに男二人女一人の生活で意識しねえ方がおかしいよな。
Oh, okay.
バーカ、冗談でもやめろ。んな下心はみじんもねえよ。彼女は
Yeah.
年の離れた妹みたいなもんだ。
Yeah, we're like his little sister, but also his love rival with Yves.
リライバーにもなってるってのに、今さら女に興味を抱くとかねえよ。
Yeah.
この人吉の世話で精一杯だ。
Hugo looked over at Yves as he continued to sleep when... Oh, after a light coffee, quickly grabbed his chest with his right hand. Hugo, are you alright? Are you feeling okay? Oh, no.
ああ。
Uh-oh.
話し込んでる間に結構な量を飲んじまったかな。俺まで潰れる前に施設まで送ってくわ。これ以上
Uh-oh.
遅くなるとシスターも心配するだろう。
It was probably Yves' job to take me back, but Hugo chuckled and got ready instead. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That's not a good feeling. Hugo's getting sick. Yves was left to Adolf, and Hugo ended up escorting me back to the orphanage, but...
少しあんたに聞きたいことがある。
We ended up at a bar instead. What? Why are we here? I was surprised he could drink more. Okay, he's still drinking. Hugo ordered a small glass of liquor and took a sip as we sat at the counter. This is so strange. I took a sip of my tea to settle my unease. Come to think of it, Yves had always been with the two of us in the past. This was the first time I was spending time with Hugo one-on-one.
女と飲むのは久しぶりだな。昔の俺ならこのまま口説き落として2階の寝室まで連れ込んでたんだが。
Oh. Huh?
冗談だよ。悪かったな。けどあんただって
Yeah, the old Hugo was straight.
この程度の話題くらいなら平気だろ。
That's why the church doesn't like relivers, because reliving makes everyone gay.
Well, you just surprised me. Is there someone you're seeing now, Hugo?
いや、昔はそれなりだったが、今はクルーンが忙しくてさっぱりだ。
Your heart's with Kurun and Yves. Hugo laughed and waved his hand to show that he was joking.
さて、じゃあ適当な話題で場の空気もほぐれたところで。
Okay.
聞きたいことっつっても別に大したことじゃねえ。
Uh-huh.
イブのことを深く知った上で抵抗なくあいつのそばにいるあんたのことが、ど
Yeah.
うも不思議で仕方なくてよ。
Uh-huh.
あいつのことをどう思ってるか、この際聞いてみたいと思ったんだ。
What do I think of him?
生半可な気持ちであいつのそばにいるなら、嫌でも離れてもらうことになる。
Huh? His voice suddenly went sharp. Hugo was staring at me with sullen eyes and his drink in
ク
hand.
ルーンで働きたいと申し出る人間は過去にも少なからずいたんだよ。
Uh-huh.
だがその誰もがあいつの度が過ぎた博愛という名の異常性についていけなくなるか、仮面を外す姿をたまたま見て化け物と罵りながら出ていった。
Okay.
慕われる数に対し親しい相手が数える程度しかいねえのは、それが理由だ。
He went on to say that the members of the Corps were able to get along with Yves because they didn't ever get too close. It was then that I finally realized what he was really trying to say. So what you're telling me is that you think I'm like them, and that you're worried that I might turn my back on him one day.
アドルフの妹であるあんたがそんな人間だとは思ってねえが、念のためにな。
No.
けど他の人間よりは信頼してるぜ。イブの無茶に引かずについてこれた女はあんたが初めてだ。
Okay. Hugo chuckled as he swirled the liquid in his glass. It was easy to picture Yves sitting where I was sitting now. I could imagine them both drinking, with Yves so drunk that Hugo would have to help him. It's the same with you, Hugo. After all, you and Yves have been partners for a long time. Uh-huh. Oh.
俺だって最初はあいつを未知の生物だと思ってたよ。
Uh-huh.
けど、そんなあいつとだからこそ、俺は新しい人生を歩めるようになったんだろうな。
Okay. The liquor he drank had reddened his cheeks and loosened his lips. In the clamor of the bar, Hugo began to talk about his first encounter with his partner. Oh, we're getting the gay love backstory. I was born as shitty to a wealthy family. I actually used to have a last name like Lucas Proust, but I got rid of it. My family has a long history of doing business with the royal family and giving huge donations to the institute. God, I read that as giving huge donations to prostitutes, and I was like, is that... I mean, I guess you could be proud of that. We weren't as wealthy as the Claude family, but we had enough that I didn't need to work a day in my life to become a reliver. My father had a younger brother, yeah, with quite a few years between them, so I didn't have to worry about problems becoming an heir. I had it made and only needed to say what it was I wanted next. Yeah. A life without any worries. I assumed that was something normal and took it for granted without much thought. When I first died and revived as a reliver, it was only because my family told me to, not because it was what I wanted.
必死に金を稼いでる連中に聞かれたら、殴られても文句言えねえよな。
But one day, my life of debauchery was completely overturned. I met someone who would change my life. This is so romance coded. Like, I'm not saying that as yaoi brain rot. It was 18 years after I came back as a reliver, so technically I was 40 years old. I just happened to swing by a certain bar in Koen after hearing good things about it. It was there that I met...
大丈夫？辛いなら家まで背負って送ろうか？
うるせえ！俺のことは放っておいてくれ！
A young man offered his hand to help some dirty-looking man, completely drunk and slept on the floor of the bar. I met Yves when he was 14 years old. Rather, it was more that I found him. Oh, okay, that became a smidgen awkward.
Hi, Amos. Thank you so much for stopping by. I'm glad you found me.
Yeah, there's quite an age gap. I was 40 and he was 14. I noticed him because of that mask on his face, but I didn't really have any reason to talk to him. Like, yes, is Hugo technically still mentally 23? Yes. Mentally, they never age, and physically, they never age. But that's still a little odd. That's still a little odd. I mean, 23 and 14 is still not great. That's still not great.
Ah, it's a pleasure to meet you.
Like, yeah, 23 and 14, however, is... It's still bad. Not as bad as 40 and 14. That's just problems.
自分から酔っ払いの相手をするなんて酔狂なやつだな。
But then again, also people here only live to 23, so I wonder how this society treats coming of age. Exactly, yeah, they don't have that. I was gonna say, like, if they're like, you can only start fucking when you're 18, like, that gives a lot of people maybe 4 years. So I wonder how this society would do stuff like that. That's moving on.
That was the only thought that came to mind.
I did like the drinks they served there, so I decided to come back again.
3 days later.
もう少し詳しい話を聞かせてほしいな。
Yeah, that could be. Could be. Also.
Ah, thank you.
Holy moly, this 14-year-old Yves is becoming a therapist for full-grown drunk men.
Huh?
Could you believe it? He was actually talking to the same drunkard as before and still offering help. I had to know what was up, so I asked the bartender, who told me everything. Turns out he was listening to him ramble on endlessly, responding to each grunt without any drinks to help him through the ordeal. The bartender didn't want any part of it, so he let the kid handle the situation.
店に来るたびに酔いつぶれるなんて
Great. Amazing. This bartender's like, dude, fuck, I don't know. That kid can do whatever the fuck he wants. I thought the kid was crazy to even bother each time when... Oh. The guy threw up like crazy. That kid actually cupped his... Oh! Oh! The kid actually cupped his hands over the guy's mouth to keep the vomit contained. He didn't so much as flinch. And without even a look of disgust after getting his hands covered in vomit, he said,
お騒がせしてすみません。使ってない桶があれば借りてもいいですか？
Hi, Ave. Thank you so much for becoming a Melrose and Yan. Unfortunately, it's during a vomit scene. Thank you for becoming a Melrose and Yan.
He apologized for the vomiting and even paid for the guy's drinks. After paying, he lifted the guy onto his back and kept asking about where the man lived as he carried him out of the bar.
Only cutesy voice. Okay. We're gonna have to talk about, Hugo and Yves and their weird gay relationship. In only cutesy voice. Okay, timer started. I couldn't help but look on in bewilderment.
典型的ないい子ちゃんだね。
Yup. Yeah, I was definitely a jerk back then. I sure as hell didn't want to get involved, so I simply watched them leave with cold eyes. You'd think that was the end, right? Well, guess again. Oh, fun. We just watched Yves catch a guy's vomit. Lo and behold, they were there again. What was different was that the man was in a slightly decent state, and this time, they were having a proper conversation. I just had to hear what they were talking about, so I took a seat near them to eavesdrop on the conversation. Guess what that drunk was saying?
死にたい。殺してくれ。
Oh, fun!
俺なんかかばったせいで。
Oh, was it a prostitute? Did the prostitute say? No, top 10 tap. Tamp. Oh, you found me tamping down the soft earth. You're still in first. Top 10 stamps. But you're only in first by 2. Zetenica and Holly are tied. It is nice to see a leaderboard.
娘は
Oh!
家族の自動車にひかれて無残に死んじまったんだ。
Oh. I dropped my glass the moment I heard what he said.
妻はとっくに呪いで死んで、俺にはあの子しか残っていないから。
Oh. I see.
あの子だけでも間に合うよ。ライバーになるための金を稼いできたのに。
So in summary, he was drowning himself in booze out of guilt and regret over losing his daughter.
王族相手じゃ罪を問うことすらできねえからな。下手すりゃこっちが消される羽目になる。
Yeah. Not wanting to get dragged into their mess, I was about to move to another seat when...
あなたが飲んでいたのは全部人によっては口にするだけで混沌するような強いお酒だ。
Huh?
そんなお酒を毎日浴びるように飲んでたってことは亡くした娘さんを追おうとしてたんじゃ。
Well, depending how old you are, sir, you may not have to wait. I froze in place the moment I heard the kid's low voice speak with certainty.
ああ、その通りだよ。自死する決心がつかなかったから酒の力を借りようと思って。
Oh my.
けど結果はご覧のありさまだ。毎日吐砂物と酒にまみれて。
どんな手段を用いようが、
Mm-hmm.
それほど誰かを愛することができたあなたを俺は心から尊敬する。同時にそこまで愛される素晴らしい女性だっただろう。
The kid spoke in a way unlike his age and stopped the man from berating himself.
黙れ、お前に何がわか。
ただ自分を苦しめるためのお酒にお金を費やすぐらいなら、まずは彼女にふさわしい綺麗な花の一つでも墓前に備えてあげようよ。
I mean, he's not bad at this. He's really not bad at this.
娘さんが眠ってから一度も会いに行ってないよね。お酒に溺れるのは その後でも遅くない。
Eve's calling in life is being a therapist. What the kid said probably made him remember his daughter's grave, which he was trying to forget. Yeah. It's alright, sir. The man wept the bitter, heartbroken tears of a child. He hadn't gone to her grave, not even once. The kid spoke with such conviction that...
まさかあいつわざわざおっさんを慰めるための情報を探し回ったってのか。
Didn't he know that he could be in danger for uncovering what the royal family did? I couldn't believe my ears. Suddenly, I felt ashamed for having judged this young kid for his actions. I finally decided to speak to him as he watched the man walk out with a new resolve.
なあ、見ず知らずのおっさんのためになんでそこまでのことができるんだ。
He wouldn't gain anything from helping him. Anyone who became a reliver would forget all the goodness and compassion they got. In response to my brash question...
彼も大切な同郷の人間だから。
Oh. That kid Yves said it like it was only natural. Alright. Easy voice over.
I then investigated Yu's past and found out about you. I also heard his version, which contradicted it. He was looked down upon by others. Despite that, Yves did everything he could to love and save each person like only a fool would. He was so bright that looking at him made my heart wrench. It was about then that I realized the pathetic way I'd lived my life until then. Yeah. I wanted to become a man who would decide on his own how to live his life. He's so gay. With new resolve, I ran away from home, expecting to be disowned. I decided to live my life with Yves at Kurun and get myself involved in others' lives. It took a while to get used to life in Koen, but it was fun as heck hanging out with Yves. Before long, he became the kind of partner I could spend all day with. No, he became a brother to me. One day the... Yeah, his brother would have kissed. One day the song redeem may return. One day the song redeem may return. You have the fan service voice. Fan service voice is there. Yeah. Well, the sing is there, but like the decide my next cover is gone because I'm working on 2. And I haven't even started on either of them. I've gathered the stuff for one of them, but the other I haven't. And I feel bad about that, so I've turned that off so that it can't rack up. I also need to make it a lot more expensive.
あいつとの暮らしを続けるため、そしてあいつが求める愛とやらを手に入れさせるため。俺はあいつがリライバーになるための資金調達を手伝ってんだ。
So to you, Yves is your lover. He's family. Sure. Sure. A person you're indebted to for changing the way you see life. Which was why you want to know what my intentions are since I've already harmed him and brought him so much misery. I guess it's only natural to want to know.
ああ。同情か。罪悪感か。
I suppose Hugo knew from the beginning that I was death and had been waiting for the opportunity to talk to me. After being inspired by Yves 4 years ago, he left home and abandoned his previous life. Since then, he has worked at Kurun and helped lay the foundation for their business. In response to his inquiry, I want to help him? No, apparently that's wrong. It's hard to explain. Sure, that works. I'm sorry. Okay, no, we want status. Yeah, very bright. How far are we along chapter 2? Not very. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're at 5. Okay, never mind. This is gonna take a lot longer. I'm sorry. I can't fully answer your question. There are so many emotions that Yves brings out in me that I simply can't put it into words, to the point that I can't breathe. The only thing I could say for sure was, being with Yves and the connection I now have with others because of Yves has brought joy to my life. Everyone's so precious to me that I don't want to lose them. Even the time itself is precious to me. I I know I don't have the right to hope for anything I've said.
いいんじゃねえの。優しい彼が好きだから支えたいとか、こびられるよりずっといい答えだ。
It seemed my answer satisfied him. Hugo tipped his glass towards me, and I tapped it with mine. The clink rang softly through the glass with only ice remaining. Interesting. Interesting. Other.
おかえり、ヒューゴ。彼女のこと、ちゃんと施設まで送ってくれた？
Oh. Immediately upon returning to Adolph's, Hugo waved his hand in response to the sleepy-eyed Yves, who was propping himself up against the doorway.
おお、ついでに酒場で二人熱い相引きをしてきたわ。
ああ、仲間外れなんてひどい。次は俺が休みの時に誘ったよね。
動揺一つしねえのかよ。からかいがいがねえな。
Amazing.
二人が俺抜きで話せたことの方が嬉しいから。
Yves had probably been standing outside to cool down and watch Adolph drag off the other drunkards. With a reddened face, Yves straightened up and wobbled from the doorway. He slowly shook his head.
7年前のこと、とうとう彼女の口から聞けたんだ。ずっと気にしてたもんね。
まあな。なあ、イブ、お前本当に。
恨んでないよ。その感情自体。すべての人を愛すると決めた過去に。置いて。
Yves shook off his drunkenness for a moment to share his honest feelings.
ああ、そうかい。お前が気にしてないなら、俺もどうこう言うつもりはねえよ。
After observing Hugo's reaction, Yves continued in a casual way.
でもヒューゴは彼女のことが苦手でしょ？
Oh. No. Hugo couldn't hold back his surprise. It was an emotion that he had kept secret all this time so that others wouldn't notice.
で、いつから？
But Yves
一
noticed.
緒に過ごすうちになんとなくかな。最初に違和感を覚えたのは、彼女に初めてお茶を入れてもらった時。まあ厳密には彼女個人を嫌っているわけじゃなく、
That's a long time ago.
彼女がもたらすという不幸が自分や俺にもたらされる可能性を気にしてるんだろうけど
ね。
正解だよ。ちくしょう。知ってるならどうして今まで黙って。
Hugo stopped mid-sentence.
俺が正直に言ってりゃ、お前は妥当な落としどころを見つけたよな。お前にふさわしい優しい兄貴分を演じようと見栄を張ったのは俺だ。お前はそんな俺の見栄に応じただけ。
時間が解決してくれるかもっていう期待もあったけどね。
Oh.
それで俺にどうしろって？心を悔い改めて彼女と本心から打ち解けろってか？
No.
いや、別に何もしなくていいよ。
I wouldn't be like Yves.
というかむしろヒューゴは何かと我慢しすぎじゃない？
Hi, Conchai. Thank you so much for stopping by.
は？
そりゃ俺だって二人が本心から仲良くなってくれた方が嬉しいよ。
Maybe ask him a lot.
相性の良し悪しなんていくらでもあるし、彼女が何かと不思議な事象に縁があるのも本当のことだ。
There was no real method to prove without a doubt that he was truly deaf.
Yeah.
いい子だから怖がるななんて言えないよ。俺のことを心配してくれてるんだったらなおさらね。
Of course, the fear he felt should be managed by reason. Making sure he didn't forget what he needed to say, Yves continued as he looked at his partner the same way as before.
このぐらいのことで俺が大事な相棒を嫌うと思った？
Thank you for money.
Oh, crap! Thank you so much. So sweet of you.
Thank you for donating. I appreciate it.
I hope you have a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, whatever time it is for you.
けど俺はお前の相棒として。
Yves offered the same love to everyone, even if they were evil or death itself.
平凡な娘一人を恐れて迫害まがいのことをするなんて軽蔑されても。
He was trying to say that he wasn't fit to be Yu's partner. Oh, but before Hugo could finish his sentence, Yu smiled as if to deny it before it could be spoken.
君は君が思ってるほどひねくれた人間じゃないよ。むしろ優先すべきものがはっきりしてる分、軽薄な愛を振りまく俺よりもずっと優しくて誠実だ。
Yeah, he's focused in his love because he's focused on you, because he's in love with you.
彼女のことだって俺のことがなかったら快く受け入れられたはず。
Oh.
違う。
Yves knew Hugo's silence was his
それ
reply.
でも彼女を恐れることに後ろめたくなってしまうなら、俺が君の分まで彼女を人として愛するよ。だから安心して。
Oh, I don't really understand that, but alright.
俺お前
Yeah.
のそういう傲慢なところが嫌いだわ。
Well, it's not a triangle, it's an acute angle. We're in love with Yves. Yves is in love with us, but also Hugo is in love with Yves, and Yves is in love with Hugo because Yves just loves everybody. From Yves is a love starburst.
そうだね。俺も俺自身のこういうところ結構嫌い。早くリライバーになってこの傷を消して。
Oh boy.
ただ一人の女性に愛を向けられるようになりたいな。
Please don't use our skin as like a mask. Yves. The helpless smile on Hugo's face would continue the following morning as his partner battled against a nauseating hangover. Please don't eat us and use our skin. Yves, I'm begging. After returning home, Mother served me some sweet tea before I had a chance to change my clothes and go to bed.
そう。アドルフに久しぶりに会ったの。この衛兵に隠れて変死事件について調べるのは苦労するわよね。
Yeah. Yeah. True, yeah, like the buffalo.
病だったら子供たちも心配だし、せめて原因ぐらいは突き止められればいいのだけど。
Yeah.
I know what you mean. But if a disease were the cause, maybe those affected might show some symptoms we can use to identify them?
ありえなくはないと思うわ。この国の呪いにだって発作があるぐらいだもの。心臓が痛いとか、鼓動の感覚に違和感がある。
No, those are all symptoms that we're experiencing.
中には具合を悪くして病院にかかっている人もいるかもしれないわね。
Hospital.
Don't go to the hospital. Fucking shit happens at the hospital.
That was certainly possible. Maybe I needed to check on diseases that caused heart problems. Maybe there were related cases that didn't have a known cause yet. They may not be exhibiting the same symptoms as the suicide cases, but we might at least get a new lead. Of course, that just meant the Budo investigation would have to wait. Thank you very much, Mother. I'm going to discuss it with Yves.
あら、助言のつもりはなかったのだけど。王族に目をつけられることのないよう気をつけるのよ。一応あの件に関しては解決済み。
Okay. A few days later, after hearing my idea, Yves nodded in agreement. It just so happened that today we had a work order that requested my presence at Dr. Kapuscin's hospital.
Oh, fuck. Wanting to make use of the opportunity, I looked to find a time when I could possibly speak to him. No, you don't want to. As for the work order, it wasn't actually from Dr. Kapuscin, but rather from Lucas. Oh, boy.
私、あなたのこと覚えてるわ。
Oh, no, Nadia.
あの時日記を拾ってくれた人よね。
Nadia.
こんな形で再会できるなんて、クルーンさんを呼んでくれた兄様には感謝しないとだわ。
この子は私の妹、ナディア・プルースト。
Yeah.
依頼内容通り、どうか。
And the last time we saw her, she was a horrifying monster.
Of course, I never knew she was your younger sister.
But now that they were side by side, I can see the similarities between them. We've met her once, because we picked up her diary off the floor. That's in the common route. So we've met her at least once, every route. I was called here to keep Nadia company, and our conversation naturally began with Kurun. Yeah. All good.
イブ君たちには施設の子供たちの相手をお願いしましたね。あの時は元気な男の子たちがあっという間にイブ君たちの元へ集まってきて。
They were having a sword fight, but it looked more like they were ganging up on him. In the end, they ended up playing chase with Eves as their target. As for Eves, it seemed like he was actually having fun, as if he himself were a young boy.
賑やかな人たちなのね。私もいつか会ってみたいわ。ねえ、そのイブという人はあなたの恋人？
Nadia the shipper, sniffing it out.
Huh?
I completely froze, not expecting such a question to come up at a place like this.
Where did that come from?
イブさんのことを話す時の表情がとっても優しかったから。絵本で読んだもの。間違いないわ。
Oh no.
まだ恋人同士じゃないのなら早く告白するべきよ。
Oh no.
Well, Eves is a very nice person, but...
ナディア、私の生徒を困らせないでください。
Lucas does not want to hear this because Lucas is in love with us.
すみません。恋物語ばかり読み聞かせていた影響か、すっかりませてしまって。
Oh, I like romance novels myself. I'd be happy to talk about all the different stories we've read. Yeah.
私は現実の恋に触れてみたいのに。
Nadia pouted and puffed out her cheeks. Lucas and I couldn't help but smile at her cute reaction. Yeah.
ああ、ここにいたのかい。頼まれていた例のものを取り揃えてきたよ。と、談笑の邪魔をしてしまったかな。
Nadia's doctor, Dr. Kapshin, appeared with a stack of papers in his arms. I only spoke to him about the suicides earlier this morning, but it looked like he found the materials I wanted already.
先生と何か大事なお話？
Yeah. Yes, but...
私のことなら気にしないで。少し喋り疲れちゃったから休みたいと思ってたところなの。
Thank you. If you don't mind, then I'll be off for a moment.
Yep, because Nadia's fucking dying. I appreciated Nadia's thoughtfulness and stood up to move the conversation outside. Lucas followed as an observer since I already told him about my objective.
過去の患者の入院記録から病状部位ごとにカルテを分けて、心臓発作などの原因が判明している疾患は取り除く。これとこれとこれも除外。
Dr. Kapashin separated the papers into different stacks of general categories, leaving only a few papers in his hand.
我が患者たちにも影響が及ぶことを考え、今回は要請を受け入れたが。
Right, I won't disclose any of their confidential information to anyone.
では、左側のカルテは私が確認しましょう。君は右側に積んであるものをお願いし。
Understood. With the three of us, it wouldn't take very long. A few hours passed as we silently went through the records with the occasional progress report on our findings. Suddenly, Lucas gasped as he stared at a sheet of paper.
どうしたんだい、リュカ君。
Have you found a lead?
はい。ですが。
It was rare that he would stammer like this. Sensing as something wasn't right, I took a peek at the record he had in his hand. What? The record was a record related to the Lycurus Noirge? And it's about a mother and father who died there after the mother gave birth? This was a carefully written record with details about a certain patient. In it was a picture of a woman who looked strangely similar to me. Oh. Oh no. 18 years ago. What? Can we not? Right now? A great good message, but right now is not the time. This is not the game for this. Can I'm very sorry. Can you not right now? This is this is not the time, unfortunately. Sorry, YouTube stuff. This is not the time. I mean, like, yes, it needs to stop, but now is not the time. This is not the space for that at this exact moment. Okay. Sorry. Moment to recollect. All right. Back to the game. A pregnant woman with golden hair came to the hospital with her husband. Oh, these are our parents. Yeah, oh yeah, I'll be all right. I was just not expecting what happened over in YouTube chat. But it's all right. It's all okay. Holy moly. My chest feels like it's burning.
私もです。何か重大な病気なのでしょうか?
Yeah, that's all good. You're alright, Suka. Yeah, I was not expecting that. You're seriously ill.
どうしよう。
Oh
お腹の
no.
中にいる子供にまでもしものことがあったら。
Please don't tell me they ate the flowers. Please don't tell me like they ate the flowers. Everything about them checked out fine. Considering that the woman was about to give birth, they both were to be admitted. They returned home to fetch some things but didn't return. Oh no. A few weeks later, a Corps patrol unit discovered their bodies in one of the Lycotis Noirs fields. I don't think so. The cause of death was loss of blood. Records showed they were repeatedly pierced in the chest with daggers until their hearts were mutilated beyond recognition. They also still had smiles on their faces, seemingly having died in peace. I don't know. Since the woman was already dead, the patrol unit cut open her belly just in case. Miraculously, the unborn baby had survived the ordeal. How the fuck did that happen? Yeah, the baby was a girl. After the hospital confirmed that she was in fine health, she was sent to an orphanage. The parents' deaths were ruled suicide due to extreme anxiety over their physical states. Sure. Okay. All right. Their hearts were stabbed with daggers. Of greater importance. Is this the baby? Wait, that's me!
That's
a fucking wild origin story! That's fucking wild.
ええ。姿への女性は彼女の生き写しそのものです。
は？
男性側も瞳の色が見事に彼女へ遺伝しています。
So they're my parents. Even in my earliest memories, I wasn't told much about my parents. I assumed they had passed away, as did many of the other children's parents. They committed suicide at a Lycoris Noirs field by stabbing each other's hearts? There's no way that they did that to themselves. They were stabbed so many times that their hearts were mangled, like unintelligible, or sorry, that's not the right word. Their hearts were mutilated beyond recognition. That they would not have been able to be alive for that long after the initial stab in the heart. Yeah. After my mother died, her belly was cut open so that I could be taken out? Fun revelations. Yeah. Lucas quickly held me up by the shoulders as I lost the strength in my legs. This information was what I needed. Suicide by mutilation of one's heart. The way they died matched the bodies that were found in the alley. Yeah, could be. Thank you very much, Lucas. I think I'm all right now. With the help of my kind teacher, I straightened up and took a deep breath. In the meantime, Dr. Kapushin took a closer look at the record describing the state of the bodies when recovered.
これは確かにひどい損傷率だ。
What?
だとしたら当時彼らの身に
今回の変死事件と同じく、被害者に衝動的な実施を促す何かしらのトリガーのようなものが起きたとでも。
That's wild. That's fucking wild. He mumbled in thought for a moment.
いや、だとしてそれがどうして穏やかな死に顔になる。
There's quite a lot of questions here, Capuchin, and I don't know if I want you researching them.
即死には至らない傷をここまでひどくつけられているのだぞ。
They probably would have died
痛み
at
で
the...
気が狂ってもおかしくない。
Can you live through multiple heart stabbings? Like unless they both like rammed themselves into the knives. But they're in a field. They're just in a field, bro. There's no place to set the knives. Also, they couldn't have like stabbed each other because then also where's the knives? The logistics of this just doesn't work.
妙な薬や催眠を使われた。
Yeah, also, I don't think they would have lived the first stab. I don't think they would have lived through the first stab.
ならば、身に宿した死神の呪いによって錯乱したと言われた方がよほど納得でき。
Oh God.
先生。
Dr. Capuchin finally remembered that Lucas and I were still here. It's just really bad at stabbing. Then how were the hearts mutilated then? If they were really bad at stabbing.
すまない。私としたことが。
Yeah, you
そんな不確か
motherfucker.
なものを信じかけるなど。
Capuchin. Actually, I'm not counting it out just yet. Lucas gently patted my shoulder to comfort me.
カルテの情報だけでそんな憶測をしてはいけませんよ。
Well, they were stabbed so many. What? I don't think one stab is going to mutilate it. I mean, it would stab it, yes, but to mutilate a heart, I think that takes like quite a few stabs. We're both heart surgeons, and they use their powers for evil.
それにこの情報のおかげで。君の両親の身元がはっきりと分かったのですから。
Is that good?
呪いを疑うよりも、二人のことを調べる方が建設的だ。だがその前に、君の血液を採取してもいいかな？
We are not giving Mr. Gene Fetish our blood. He may not have been the one to do the autopsy stuff. I don't believe we should give Mr. Gene Fetish any of our blood. I think that remains solely in our body.
変死の原因が病だった場合、種類によっては君に遺伝していることもあり得るからね。
Is that where they're going with this? Of course. You just want to get a little obsessed with my genes, you little freak. Hi, Zeduim. Oh boy. Afterward, Dr. Capuchin drew 2 vials of my blood.
It's a plan, yeah.
Lucas then kindly suggested that I go home for the day. I decided to return to the orphanage alone. Yeah. I couldn't explain why, but I couldn't bring myself to go home yet. Well, we found out about our parents. Yeah, we don't know not to trust Mr. Gene Fetishist. We found out about our parents. Yes, great question. Apparently they were stabbed quite a lot. Quite a lot. Enough that their hearts were mutilated. And we were still alive inside of our mother. And so when they cut open our mother to see if we were alive, we were there. Yeah, we haven't been cannibalized yet, but that's heavy on the yet.
Before I knew it, I took a different route.
Also, we learned that, oh, fuck. Oh, no, this is where we tried to kill ourselves in the first episode, or first chapter. But also we found out that Yves' parents, disowned him. Zeduim, the cannibalism, foreshadowing is so heavy. The cannibalism foreshadowing is so heavy. It's wild. I was born here, and then I tried to kill myself here. The circle of life, and it moves us all. Oh boy. I never expected to learn who my parents were, or that I was born like this.
Information about my parents' strange suicides were forced into my mind. I expected my parents to be gone, but...
Yeah.
I never expected them to have died so horribly. I couldn't shake off my confusion and sorrow. Lucas did his best to console me, but I've always been spreading misfortune, even from before I was born. I cursed my parents ever since I was conceived. Well, we don't know about that. I felt my fear and self-loathing return. Hey, Anku, can I have a pick-me-up? Just like a couple pick-me-up kisses? The more I thought about what I discovered today, the darker my heart and mind became. Oh, footsteps. I lifted my head at the sound. Anku? Is it Anku? Of course. Maybe he knows something about what happened when I was born. I made my way deeper into the licorice field on shaky legs, trying my best to avoid the flowers. Okay, is it going to be Anku or is it going to be Yves eating the flowers? Take your guess now. Huh?
It's Yves. It wasn't the Watchman of Death. I discovered a shadow blended into the field, no different from the Watchman.
Yoshi.
Yves eating Anku? No! Lucas already killed him. Oh, multiple times. What? Oh? At the same location where we reunited, he lovingly stroked the black petals of a nearby licorice noir. Oh, okay, maybe he is a little gone. Yes? The shadow turned out to be that young man who loved each precious life. Oh no. Hearing his name, he hurriedly moved away from the flowers and turned towards me. So, what you doing out here? Same thing I could ask you. His flustered reaction caused him to kick something on the ground at his feet. From the shadow of the flowers appeared a small gardening spade. It looked like he had all the tools he needed to tend to the flowers here. Yves, what? The field here bore only licorices, the flowers of misfortune. What are you doing here with those tools? And were you saying something about love just now? Uh-huh. Yves tried his best to hide what he was doing in a faint voice, but soon... Thanks! I need, that's too many, that's good, this is gonna be too many revelations in one moment. Giving thanks to the licorices? You keep surprising me, Yves. Ah, so why were you in the licorice field that night, Yves? Looking back on it now, I thought I saw you crying.
What? So 少し感傷に浸ってたというか、あそこはもともと俺がいるべき場所というか。ごめん、今は教えられない。
He's like a year older than us, I think. We're 17 and he's 18. He could be related to us, but we know our parents died and we know his parents were alive. So... you gonna tell me what you're doing in the flowers of death? What do you mean, properly? Yves gracefully bowed.
ごくごく一般のでとは少し違って。
Huh? I mean, we already realized that, but...
アルペシェール全土を囲う死を招く災いの花。
I'm the owner.
リコリス・ノワージュの所有者にして。
I mean, I guess. Okay.
古からの知識を用い、今もなお枯らさず咲かせ続けることを使命とする。
Okay.
リコリスの守護者の末裔だ。
The guardian of the licorices. Yeah, you're our owner? Whoa. I mentioned one of my ancestors before. He was a merchant, a strange one at that. This particular ancestor of mine was the root of everything there is today. This game is so dark and depressing that it is not the time for talk of real life things. For now, you could think of him as the pioneer. Long ago, when the pioneer was still alive, in this black flower garden, he met the real Death, who cursed our Pichelle. Oh. Upon encountering the shivering pioneer, Death cast a curse upon him. Oh?
この国を覆うリコリスノワージュを植えたのは
他でもない私。
That's my boy.
この花はいつか私が愛しい同胞の姫君に捧げるため用意したものだ。
For us? For us? He planted all those flowers for us?
ゆえに
Oh.
決して散らせることは許さない。
So how long has Anku known about us?
理不尽に散らせたが最後、
Oh.
この国に生きる命すべてを冥界までいざなってやろう。
Oh. It was not a warning, but an order. The pioneer possessed extensive knowledge and knew how to tend to the Lycris. He convinced the royal family to protect the country from death, becoming the keeper of all the fields that surrounded the island. But death never appeared in front of him again. So he made it a mission for his family and bloodline to continue protecting the Lycrises until death appeared once again. Well, death has appeared. He's risking us up and it's working. Eventually, he passed away, leaving behind his bloodline to inherit the mission with no end in sight. Oh. Alright then. My family made sure we did everything we could to protect the country from death, which meant we would grow more of the black lycrises that the people detested. The lycrises had strong reproductive properties. What? That's an interesting way of wording that.
It might be.
But also, that's a weird way of wording that. They're very resilient, so we didn't need to tend to them every day. So I came out to the fields every so often to check on them and take care of any that needed attention. I always wondered why there were so many Lycoris noirs growing all over the place. I never knew that someone was actually protecting and taking care of them. And that they were made for me. Anku's princess. Oh, okay. And it was my friend Yves, the guardian of the Lycoris who owns and protects the fields of Lycoris noirs found around Arpachel. His ancestor met death and made a promise that his family would continue his mission of protecting the Lycorises. Yeah. I don't like that either. I don't like that either. The reason for it sounded so far-fetched that it didn't really feel real. Yeah. I also feel like he shouldn't be eating them. I feel like that is kind of antithetical to his mission. Your mission is to protect the plants. Don't snack on them. Then again, it would explain why he was out in the field that night, expressing his love to the flowers with tears in his eyes. My man is a dendrophile, and I don't know how I feel about this. He probably was out there to take care of the Lycorises to fulfill his mission as their guardian. He was here now for the same reason.
正直なところ、その伝承時代に関しては、俺も半信半疑なんだけど。
That sounds like a very Anku thing to do.
実際、俺の両親が世話を放棄した時期は、枯れた数に比例するように、呪いによる死者が増えたみたいで。
Oh. So you're taking care of them because you have to. He shook his head in response.
リコリスの花は、幼い頃じいさまと一緒にお世話をした思い出の花だからね。
Okay.
純粋に守りたいと思ったんだ。守護者の使命も施設に入る前から自分から進んで引き継いだんだよ。
I guess? Oh no. Yeah, just stroking them. Is this why there's so many Lycoris noirs growing around your house?
そうそう。あれ、実は自分で繁殖させたんだ。球根の状態なら呪いの効果は薄いから、慎重に分裂させてね。
Interesting. Interesting.
リコリスって案外便利なんだよ。どうも畑を荒らす害獣を避ける呪いもあるみたいでさ。
I mean, I guess.
あと、球根は食べると結構美味しい。
You've eaten them? He's quickly covered his mouth, but it was too late. He didn't have to finish the sentence for me to understand what he did. Don't tell me, Yves! Those family traditions you mentioned, you seriously use them to cook Lycorises?
駆け出しで貧乏だった頃、
Oh
食事に困っ
god.
た時に
Yeah, upstroking their Lycoris.
球根だけならいけるかなーって。
Were they safe?
最初は倒れたけど、すりつぶしてよく乾燥させた上で粉状にしてみたらいけた。
I'm not sure you could really be proud of discovering that. The strange love for food that you seem to have inherited was really scaring me. Perhaps he misunderstood my expression as he suddenly started to chuckle.
災いの花を守ってるなんておかしいと思う？
No, it sounds very you. I looked around the field that I had visited often enough to feel at ease. No, I actually think your mission is wonderful. Yves probably hadn't expected that response and looked very surprised. Ever since I was little, I would come here to look at the scenery whenever I felt sad or lonely. I felt like the Lycrises were like me. We both have ominous nicknames. I almost felt like the flowers were telling me that I wasn't alone. Yeah. Flowers that would kill you if you picked them. I think so the flowers only kill if you kill them. But if the flowers wilt, then people die, so... A human called Death who reaped the souls of people just by being around them. The fact that our existences spelled death to those close to us made us strangely similar. Which is why I really love this place and the Lycris Noirs. Noirs, yeah. Yeah, we really don't. They grow without fear and bloom despite the hatred of others. Maybe we'll find out in La Suru, but I don't know. I've always seen them as family to me. So thank you for protecting them so diligently, Yves. The Lycris Noirs just swayed in the passing breeze as if agreeing with what I said when suddenly...
Are you crying?
そっか。
Are you crying?
俺たちが必死に守ってきたリコリス・ノワージュたちが、国中から忌み嫌われていたはずの花が、君のもう一つの家族。ありがとう。そう言ってくれる人がただ一人でもいてくれるなら、俺もじいさまも終わりのない使命を果たす意味を見出すことができる。
Another CG! Oh. Oh, pretty.
Yves reached into his pocket. He took out a single flower and tucked it into my golden hair. What's this?
本物じゃないから安心して。これはじいさまが作ったリコリスの髪飾りだよ。もし嫌じゃなければ、今の言葉のお礼としてこのまま君に受け取ってほしい。
Aw, I hope you know we can't wear this, because if we, the girl known as Death, walk around with the flower that symbolizes death in our hair, we're just gonna cause a lot of problems.
Yves calmly explained. Per my grandpa's request, his body was buried among the Lycris flowers. Whenever I came here to pay her my respects, I brought the hairpin with me as a symbol. The reason I was crying that night was because it was the anniversary of my grandpa's death.
Oh. Yeah, oh god. Welcome. It's gonna be, oh god, I can't remember the name. The fanfiction trope where unrequited love makes you grow flowers in your lungs and you start throwing up flowers. Hanazaki janayo hana maru maru. Yeah, it's a whole like verse thing too, yeah. The truth of our encounter was finally revealed. There's no way I can take something so precious to you.
いいんだ。じいさまもきっと望んでくれてる。だってこれは少しでも多くの人にリコリスを愛してもらえるよう、その象徴として作られたものだから。リコリスが好きだとそう言ってくれた君にこそきっとふさわしいはず。
Use his fingers gently caress the Lycris hairpin in my hair.
国のためとは言っても災いの花を守る一族なんて嫌われて当然だから、迫害を防ぐためにも信頼できる人にしかこの事実は打ち明けないようにしてるんだ。
So does Hugo know this?
自分の愛したものを誰からも愛してもらえないなんてすごく虚しいことだよね。
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, holy moly. Ye spoke about the past forlornly. Folklore and traditions naturally eroded over time. My parents and relatives wanted nothing to do with the flowers, turning their backs on our family's mission. The exception was my grandfather, who used reliver technology to protect the flower fields, but it was a thankless job, and he could hardly endure the life that he had devoted to protect the flowers that were so despised. He must have felt relieved when I came forward to succeed his position, because he passed away a few days later. Oh, wow, okay.
愛されないと分かっている命をわざわざ生かし、育自分と同じ思いをさせる命を増やしてどうする
Yeah, I don't know.
相手が花とはいえ、思い出を言い訳にして残酷なことをしているんじゃないか。俺も心の隅ではずっとそう思ってた。けど、たった今、初めてリコリスが咲いていてよかったと。俺はそれが嬉しくてたまらない。
Yeah, exactly. He smiled and continued.
君の素敵な思いへの返礼に、それ以上ふさわしいものはないと思うから。
Niece was expressing so much joy that he was on the verge of tears. The idea of refusing his offer disappeared from my mind, and I responded to his sincerity by placing my hand on his. Sensing that this was my response, Yves smiled even more happily.
たった今、決めた。
Oh?
俺はこの先何があっても、君のために。リコリスの守護者としてこの花畑を守り続ける。
Yep, you know that we're the princess that Death spoke of.
だからまたいつでもここを見においで。なんなら何度だって。
Thank you.
Because I loved the Lycris Noir, and because I was possibly the only one in the country who had ever expressed that love, the innocent smile on his face was just for me. My heart hurt. The warmth of my emotions and the surging pain inside were spreading to my face. In an effort to hide my blushing cheeks, I moved the pin from my hair and gently held it in the palm of my hand. The gentle sunlight shone on the red petals. It's a unique creation and very beautiful. Is there a reason the Lycris petals are red?
それは俺も不思議に思ってた。じいさま、どこかで突然変異したリコリスでも見つけたのかな？
I think they're supposed to be red. Yves then continued that he tried crossbreeding the Lycrises, but no matter how many times he tried, they always ended up black. Yeah, he said that the odds of finding a real red Lycris were practically impossible.
ま、別にいいか。君の綺麗な髪には赤の方がよく映える。
Really?
うん。可愛いよ。綺麗。
Aww.
きっと世界で一番よく似合ってる。
I wondered if his smile and those words were only part of the love he showed everyone. Yves doesn't know the effect he has. Before I knew it, the emotions that filled my chest transformed into a different kind of heat. Yeah, just enjoy the pretty flower, teehee. Oh boy. I ended up spending a bit longer with Yves in the Lycris Noir field, gazing out at the flowers. Yves then said a prayer to his grandfather as the sun was about to set into the horizon. Finally, I disclosed to him why I came out here and what I found out earlier in the day.
そっか。この花畑の中心で君が。
Yep.
さすがにロマンチックなんて言ってる場合じゃないね。
Yeah.
ご両親がそんな形で亡くなったなんて。
Yeah. Yeah, I'm thankful that I found out who they were, what they looked like, but Yves folded his arms and frowned a bit.
けど、二人ともリライバーなら、国立研究所に履歴ぐらいは残ってるんじゃ
I
ないか
don't
な。
think they were relivers.
Oh, you're right. They may not have another backup of their memories, but Pledge required their signatures, so we could find out what their professions were, and what kind of life they lived.
Yeah, it would be disrespectful for us to make out here right now where my parents died and your grandfather's buried. We came to the conclusion that we would contact Dahoot and Shin tomorrow to ask if they could help us with our research.
ご両親のためにも、原因がはっきりわかるといいね。
Yeah. And I hope that no one else suffers the same pain my parents went through. And I pray that none of my loved ones are lured to Hades.
Oh, wow. I offered a sincere prayer as I looked up at the stars shining above the Lycris Noir. Onku! I have to hear that again. Were you laughing or crying?
ありがとう。
Oh, that's my boy. It's my husband. How far along are we in chapter 2? Oh boy, not far enough. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We're on 10. Our ex-husband now, I guess, yeah. Had my prayer reached the stars in the heavens or Hades? Licorice petals rode upon the wind that blew from afar, in the same way the winds brought us back to Koan. The petals fluttered, soaring high into the sky, just when we were about to lose sight of them. It was late at night, but for some reason a crowd was gathered in front of one of the entrances to the alleys. Oh no. What's going on? Sensing something was amiss, Yves and I quickly headed towards the commotion. We happened by a man who always called out to us when we stopped outside the Kurun office. What's happened here? The moment my voice came out, the people all turned around at once. They glared at us. No, they glared at me. Oh, I felt a chill run down my spine. Those were the same people who greeted us with smiles earlier today. But all of a sudden, they were now staring at me with animosity. I reached out toward the man without thinking. Yves caught me from behind after I was pushed back with force. We both took a step back. Raper? I hadn't heard that terrible word used against me for months because of Yves and the others. But the fact that he directed those words at me meant, don't tell me. Following the coldness running through my body, I looked beyond the crowd. Yep. Oh, God bless it. More death. Yep, a stream of red flowed through the alley. There was a pungent smell of iron. The licorice petals we lost sight of earlier fluttered gently onto the ground ahead. A pile of 4 bodies lay on the ground. Yeah, damn it, Lucas! God damn it, Lucas! Why do you have to kill more people? Why do you have to kill more people, Lucas? Why do you have to be manipulated by the cult? Oh boy. Oh, this is just somebody else? He's tried to cover Prince's eyes as he tried hard to breathe, but it was too late. His body went limp. He couldn't keep himself standing without Yves' support. Oh.
やっぱりこれは死神の仕業だったのか。ずっと俺たちやイブを騙して呪い殺す機会を伺ってたんだな。
You've got it wrong. I wasn't trying to fool.
落ち着いてみんな。この状況で彼女を問い詰めても意味なんてない。
なんでそんな奴をかばうんだよ、イブ。お前だって騙されてたんだぞ。
Oh boy.
そうだ。イブから離れろ、死神が。
Oh. The man picked up a small rock and got ready to throw it at Prince when a high-pitched braking sound stopped them. Who's in the car?
はいはい。皆さんその場から動かないでください。
Dahoot's in the car!
国立研究所の長、シアンブロフィワーズの名のもとに、この件は僕らが預かります。
Yay, Dahoot!
研究所の警備兵が到着するまで、遺体は俺たち自警団が保護する。
Hi, Adolf. Hi, Hugo.
石投げるより先にやることあんだろ。
Yeah.
知り合いに連絡して事件に巻き込まれてねえか安否確認でもしてろ。
That was really not the time.
Hello, little Spidey. Be a good little Spidey and stay over there. Out from the electric car came a young man wearing an oversized lab coat, 2 members of the Corps, and Mathis.
無事ですか?
See, you weren't wrong, Zetetica. Mathis was just in the back. I don't know where Kiki is right now. She's probably under the bed. I don't know where the Kiki is. Yeah. I mean, not a bad assumption. Yeah. I don't know where Squeak.
Oh, there you are. Hi. Did you hear Mommy calling for you? You heard Mommy calling for you. Hi, baby girl. You're good girl. She was like, hello, mother, you called? Yes, I did call for you. Oh, sweet pay. Oh, sweet pay.
I gotta remember to... After stream, I have to take a shower. I gotta remember to also get my laundry out of the dryer.
どうぞ、後部座席。
The Claude family butler came forward to pull them behind Dahoot, who shielded them from the crowd. Yves was confused as to why they were here. I mean, great. I would like to know why
こ
they're
の場
here.
は俺たちとダハトに任せろ。こいつのことを頼む。
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, baby.
Prince was the priority now. Yves nodded silently response. Despite the glares coming from the crowd, he carried Prince's trembling body in his arms and brought him into the back seat. After making sure everything was clear, Jean quickly revved the engine. What? What was that? That was like a camera going off. Jean drove the car, choosing roads with as few people as possible. Thank God Mathis isn't driving. The sound of the wind and the tires hummed gently. Yves asked what was going on, and Mathis responded as if he expected the question. Apparently, Mathis and Jean were heading to the ocean to use as a reference for the novel Mathis was working on. As they neared the Corps' base, they saw Alford and decided to stop for a moment to exchange formalities. It just so happened that De Hoot was also visiting the base to see Yves. It was at that moment that one of the residents of Cohen came running into the base to report that he found bodies in an alley. Yeah, they're all electric cars. I don't know why they start up like gas cars. Which is why everyone, including De Hoot, went into Mathis's car to drive to the scene.
住民たちの様子を見るに、クーネにすぐ戻るのは危険です。このまま安全な場所までご案内しましょう。
We always are like doing great, and then there's like a mass murder, and then we're like, fuck.
安全な場所?
Yeah, to the secret lab that Mathis's brother has.
ねえ、この国で最も堅牢な守りが敷かれる場所。
We're going here.
国立研究所にて事件を把握されたシアン様が、お二人をお待ちになっているとのことです。
Oh, cool. Okay. Awesome. Why is he awaiting us?
来たか、クルーンに死神の娘。今回ばかりは災難だったな。だが前のような心配はいらん。この衛兵よりも先に死体を回収できるよう、うちの警備兵たちをすでに現場に向かわせている。
Shen was sitting in a lab chair as he calmly greeted the arrivals. Hey, so Shen, what the fuck?
シアンさん、せめて彼女を座らせてあげてから事件について話しませんか?
Our brain is broken again.
座りたいなら勝手に座れ。なぜ俺がお前らに気を使わなければならん。
相変わらずですね。
Yeah, no, he hasn't. Jean brought in some folding chairs that were used during our last visit, and everyone finally took a seat. Prince was leaning limply against Yves, still in shock over what happened. Shen glanced briefly at him before nodding.
豊島がいる施設には先ほど使いを出しておいた。
Yeah.
しばらく。
彼女の身柄をめぐり、住人たちが押し寄せる可能性もありますからね。
Don't make things worse, Jean.
むしろ子供たちの心身の安全を考え、いっそシスターサロメには彼女を追い出したと公言していただいた方が。
伝言には織り込み済みだ。渋りはするだろうが、あれも一責任者。
じゃあしばらく
Nope.
僕の屋敷で暮らしませんか?
Nope, I don't want to stay anywhere near your crazy creator.
シュディならあなたを悪く言う人も少ないでしょうし。
I don't even know.
坊ちゃん、ブローの件で我々は王族から謹慎を受けている最中だということを忘れていませんか?
Mathis gasped, having forgotten.
下手に彼女をかくまい、また騒ぎを起こせば、最悪家名の取り潰しもありえます。
It really hasn't been very flowcharty. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're only on 11.
そんな。じゃあこの研究所では?
Nope.
連中が死神の仕業だと称した変死体が運ばれてくるのがここだぞ。
Yeah.
遺族と鉢合わせして揉めたいのならば止めはせんが。
No. Afraid of it. After quietly listening to the others talk, Yves gently held his shaking hand in his. He then began to speak with resolve.
なら彼女はこのまま俺の家クルーンで保護します。
People are not gonna like that, Yves.
それはさすがに危ないんじゃ。
下手に逃げ回ったらそれこそ彼女に後ろめたいものがあると示してるようなものだ。だったらいっそ堂々としていた方が 町の人たちも騒ぎを起こしにくい。
それは一理ありますね。何よりクーネからの信頼が厚いイブさんを敵に回してまで彼女を排除しようとする者は現れないでしょう。
Yeah, Eve's idea sounds absolutely horrible.
変死者が出たという事実がある。
Truly 0 out of 10 idea.
住人たちの不満や不安はたまるばかりです。
Truly don't think that's a great idea. Yeah.
それが爆発してしまったら彼女だけじゃなくてイブさんにも何をされるか。
Oh boy.
Fortunately, I'm right in the middle of a story, so other stories will have to wait.
だからそれまでに
Uh-huh.
変死事件の犯人が彼女ではないこと。
Yeah, that's a little hard. Easier said than done.
そして彼女自身が死神ではないことを
Way easier said than
根
done.
拠を持ってはっきりと証明する。
Eves, why do you have the worst ideas in existence? Matt is gasped in
そうでも
surprise.
しなければ呪いというものを当たり前のように受け入れているこの国の人々は納得しない。
They knew what he was saying was right. It was it?
So they decided to offer help when...
却下だ。
Yeah, Eves eats so many flowers, his brain is just shriveled. Very smooth. Smooth and small. Not a chance.
部外者が変死事件に手を出すことはこの俺が許さん。
What do you mean outsiders? Shan violently dropped his foot down onto the desk as he denied the plan. So what's your plan?
シアンさん、いきなりどうした？この件に関しては今までずっと協力し合っていたじゃないですか。
勘違いするな。
No, apparently
お前
don't.
らと手を組んだのは王族と近衛兵たちがあまりにも使えなかったからだ。
Uh-huh.
そもそも剣士についてはこちらが専門。全面的に任せるのが道理だろう。
Uh-huh.
それはそうですが。
もしかしてイブさんを呼んだのはその忠告をするためですか？
Possibly.
ああ。
Oh
こいつが言い
boy.
出すことは大方予想していたのでな。
Oh boy.
死体の扱いについて約定を結んでおきたかった。王族どもも嘘から出た失態を帳消しにするため主導権を握ろうと必死になるはずだ。
じゃあシアンさんにお任せすれば彼女の無実を証明してもらえると。
なあ、本当に無実ならばな。
I was literally with Eves.
まさか彼女の仕業だと思っているんですか？
We literally were having a very heart-to-heart conversation in the flowers. Just like when they first met and negotiated, Eves and Xian quietly faced each other head-on.
まさか。俺はオカルトの類は信じていない。だが、その娘がなぜ不可解な死ばかりをやたらと引き寄せるのか。なぜこの娘が遭遇する不幸にお前ばかりが巻き込まれるのか。興味がないと言えば嘘になる。
それは交渉ですか？
脅しと感じたまま正直に言っても構わんぞ。
Oh, threat.
戦死体の件から手を引くのなら、
what?
俺はその娘の身柄をどうするつもりもない。
That's wild.
と言いたいところだが、納得できないという顔をしているな。
Yeah.
俺は過去も含めた彼女の死神の逸話そのものを否定するつもりです。
What are you gonna do? Dissect us?
だから変死体にだけこだわるあなたの条件を飲むわけにはいかない。
ではどうすると？
今後同じ事件が発生したとして遺体を調べる権利は全てそちらに。自警団も俺たちも一切手を出しません。
Okay.
遺体発見の知らせも優先的に届けます。必要なら監視下のもと遺体の運搬や現状保存も手伝います。代わりにそれ以外の調査は自由にできる権利をください。
Sorry, my brain is kind of just like spinning.
死体を無遠慮に触られるよりはマシか。王族への牽制にもなる。いいだろう。その条件を飲んでやる。絡めても許そう。俺の機嫌を損ねない程度に出し抜いてみせろ。だが約定を破り死体に手を出した瞬間、その首俺自ら跳ねると思え。
What?
肝に銘じておきます。
Okay. Harsh words were spoken to the young man with whom he was once in alliance. Shin left the room and headed back to his laboratory. Huh? I'm lost. Yves held Prince as they walked down the corridor. Yves saw Dahoot returning from the site and explained to him the conversation that took place with Shin.
はあ、何様誰様シアン様ですか、あの人は。深夜の実験時の護衛としてイブさんたちを雇いたいって言うから、寝ていた僕を叩き起こして依頼のために向かわせたっていうのに。
何様誰様シアン様。
はあ、何様誰様シアン様ですか、あの人は。わざわざ喧嘩売るような真似をして追い返すなんて。うちの俺様上司が本当にすみませんです。
I'm so sorry, my boss is a piece of work. He handed Yves a box of chocolates. Do you just have boxes of chocolates laying around to hoot? As an apology, which Yves reluctantly accepted.
いや、いいんだよ。研修は専門家に任せるのが一番だし。
でも仮にも一緒にお酒まで飲んだお友達だっていうのに。
Yeah, once.
シアンさん、公私混同はしなさそうですからね。
果たして彼に功があるのかは怪しいところではありますが、副所長たるダハト様としてはいかがでしょう。シアン様と同意見ですか。
まさか。僕は可能な限り皆さんの力になりたいと思ってますよ。せっかくできたお友達ですしね。
あー、ダフ。
とはいえ、僕も副所長とは言っても雇われの身。シアンさんの決定に逆らえるはずもなく、さすがに死体の横流しといったことはできそうにないですね。あと立場関係なく腐爛した死体からの疫病や伝染病の可能性を考えると、素人が死体を保管することは推奨できません。エクソシスト教団が運営する例の病院だってそこまでの設備は整ってないはず。
Amazing. Dahoot then frowned at the sight of Prince on unsteady footing.
シアンさんがお世話になった彼女が苦しんでいるのを放置するのは心苦しい。ということで、僕の方でちょっとシステムに介入して、変死体発生の連絡が警備兵へ伝達されるのを数分だけ遅らせてみましょう。その間に自警団の皆さんの方で現場保存という体で薬状に触れない範囲の調査をしちゃってください。
Dahoot is so nice to us.
システムに介入って
So sweet.
そんなことをしていいんですか。
Dahoot, best boy.
もちろんダメですよ。バレたら大目玉です。けどまあ、シアンさん愉快犯なところがありますし、絡めて OK っていうことは、イブさんたちがどういうアプローチでこの事件を調べていくか試してるのかもです。
Please, please.
わかった。じゃあその期待に応えないとね。
Yves repositioned Prince in his arms.
早速なんだけど、君に聞きたいことがあるんだ。彼女の亡くなった両親について調べてもらうことはできる？
Oh, are you gonna tell him while everybody's here?
なるほどなるほど。リコリスの花畑で心臓ね。確かに今回の件と酷似してます。了解です。僕が履歴を調べておきます。データが消失していなければ身体チェックの結果も。
ありがとう。よろしく頼むよ。
Thank you, Dahoot. We love you, Dahoot.
話もまとまったところで今夜はどうしましょうか。
Great question.
裏通りを通ってこっそりクルーンに戻るよ。ヒューゴも心配してるだろうし。
Hugo's probably gonna try to kill us in our sleep.
シアンさんとの交渉の件もアドルフたちに伝えないと。勝手に条件をまとめたこと怒られるかな。
大丈夫だと思いますけど、もし怒られたら
イブさんも食い下がったんだって僕がちゃんと証言しますね。
Very sweet. Eve gently patted Mathis on the head as a show of thanks. Prince's face was still pale. He had remained silent the entire time without expressing a single emotion.
帰ろう。俺たちの大事なクルーンに。あの家に咲くリコリスたちも。きっと俺たちの帰りを待ってる。
Oh boy. His gentle voice reached Prince. His soft voice accompanied a gentle nod. We're fucking going through it. Oh, I don't... Capuchin? No, I don't want that gene fetishist. Oh, why him? Oh, seriously? No, I don't want to be back here. I don't want to be back here. This is the worst place you could have taken us. In cells extracted from the blood, one could look deeper to discover chromosomes filled with genes that compose the human body, the thing that he is so turned on by. Yes, these genes determine the composition of the human body. Oh, fuck! No. I was so overjoyed that I destroyed pieces of the collection around me. I don't like this.
まさかナディアの他にこんなにも美しい遺伝子を持つ者がいるとは。
Ick. Ick. This man gives me the ick. Oh. I mean, yay! Now he's not after a minor! No! Now he's after me!
このおぞましくも美しい二重らせんからなる染色体の形、そして数。
Oh, I don't like that I recognized the vocab word.
まるであの花のようではないか。
Sir, please! I need you to cut it out.
なぜどうして
Your voice actor is going 10 out of 10, but it's the worst. Yeah.
遺伝子を編集してもいないのに、こんな遺伝子を持つ人間が生まれたのだ。まさか彼女が本当に死神だとでも。
Oh. No, that didn't matter.
彼女の遺伝子もまた私のコレクションにふさわしい。早く本体を手に入れなくては。
やだよ。やだよ。ダメ。無理。But
遺伝子の動きが不完全だ。
Oh.
染色体の形も時々不自然に歪んでいる。
Looking closely, I saw some odd cells that were different from his other cells, as if they were somehow suppressing his cells. Oh, Anku. Did Anku give us his blood? I'm rewriting the formation etched into his genes. Oh, fuck.
誰だ？私の遺伝子をこんな形で怪我したのは。
Oh. This also meant that someone was aware of his unique physical state aside from me. Yep, a certain someone injected these cells in an effort to prevent others from knowing about them. It's Anku suppressing that, yeah. Absolutely despicable. I won't let anyone take him. Anku, can we kill this guy, please? Oh.
今まではナディアを最優先としていたが、
Oh.
後回しだ。
Gross.
まずはこの忌まわしい細胞を消し去り、美しい遺伝子の本来の姿を取り戻さなければ。すぐに迎えに行くから、待っていてくれたまえ。
I don't like that.
私の可愛いリコリスの姫君。
Oh no! It's sexy when Anku says it. When this guy says it, it's just creepy. I don't want to end there, but it's late. And I should probably end there. Yeah, don't ruin this for us, Capuchin. I mean, so Himegimi does have some nice connotations to it. I mean, Tomomori called us Himegimi. Let's just a smidge more. It seemed I was out cold for a while.
Ugh. Where am I? Was this Yee's room? Why am I here?
Don't remember. Let's just... We're here because it's fun and cool to be in new places. Oh boy.
My memory slowly returned. I remember being in Koen when we came upon the site of the massacre. I was in complete shock. Yves came to help me. Then we all escaped to the Institute. I vaguely remember Yves and Xian exchanging words in a serious conversation, but I can't get myself to remember exactly what they were talking about.
Yeah.
I did remember one thing vividly. That Yves kept protecting me, and that he held me by his side the whole time.
Oh no, the gays are fighting.
自分が今までどんだけ努力してこの国の奴らから信頼を勝ち取ったと思ってんだ。
Are we gonna run away and get captured by Capuchin?
その全てがあの死神のせいでぶっ壊されるかもしれねえんだぞ。
I could hear yelling from behind the door. Is that Hugo? There was only one person who called Yves a goody two-shoes.
Okay.
ごめん。彼女を預かることを君に何の相談もなく決めたのは悪かったと思ってる。でも俺は彼女だからこそそばに置いて守ろうと決めたんだ。
Damn.
いつもの親切や人助けのつもりで引き受けたんじゃない。
なんでそこまであいつのこと。
Oh boy.
Which is why I really love this place and the Lycris Noirge. They grow without fear and bloom despite the hatred of others. I've always seen them as family to me. So thank you for protecting them so diligently, Yves.
Well, he's now head over heels in love with us.
好きだと。は？
He was like, what?
君やアドルフにもいつか教えた。リコリスノワージの被者である俺の
Just pretend to love the flowers.
それを知っても彼女は決して無意味だと言わず、それどころか誰もが嫌い、好きだと。守ってくれてありがとうって嬉しそうに言ったんだ。あの子にとっては些細な言葉だったのかもしれないけど。
Hugo's like, fuck, really? That?
だから俺は決めたんだ。この先何があっても俺たちの長く虚しい使命を丸ごと愛しい感情に変えてくれた彼女の居場所。
Yep.
たかが花を褒めたぐらいでなんだって言うんだよ。な綺麗事なら誰でも吐ける。仮にそれが本心からの言葉だとしても。
お
前のあの傷を見たら化け物扱いして逃げるに決まって。
ヒューゴ。
悪い。今のはそんなつもりじゃ。
いいよ。事実だから。
Yeah, show us then.
俺もこの醜い火傷の跡を見せたら彼女との関係は終わると思ってる。両親や悲鳴を上げて逃げていった。
裏切られるのが分かってるのに守るなんて。
Yeah, you've talked the scar up quite a lot.
もう勝手にしやがれ。この家はお前の家だ。誰を居候させようとお前の自由だよ。
ヒューゴ。
お前が無理するなっつったんだぞ。だったら遠慮なくしばらくの間俺はクルーンを抜けさせてもらう。
Oh my.
俺が頭を冷やして戻ってくるまでいつもみたいに無茶して死ぬんじゃねえぞボケイブ。
ありがとうヒューゴ。彼女のことは大切だけど俺の相棒は君だけだ。ずっと帰りを待ってるからね。
Oh?
だったら怒るか引き止めろよバカ。
It wouldn't be Yves if he yelled. But we heard all of that. I could hear Hugo slam open the door and storm out. The person who was always by Yves' side was now gone from Kurun, as though he had simply vanished. Was it because of me? I needed to leave. Hurry, hurry, hurry. I couldn't keep causing him misfortune and grief any longer. I tried to get out of bed and tumbled down. I couldn't stand properly as my shaking legs were still tangled in the sheets. I needed to climb out the window and...
ごめん。今の会話、聞こえてたんだ。
A gentle voice came from behind. Before I knew it, my body rose from the ground. Oh. Hi. Another CG so soon. I was gently set down on the bed again.
ここを抜け出して、どこに行くつもりだったの?
The voice wasn't reprimanding me. He was calm and gentle as he tucked me into bed. Somewhere other than here.
行くあては?
I'm not sure. He smiled as if he knew I would say that. I need to leave before I take away anything else that's precious to you. I need to leave Kurun. That's why I need to leave.
俺は君に何かを奪われた記憶なんてない。
Well... But Hugo...
ヒューゴなら絶対に戻ってくる。彼、この店のことが好きで仕方ないから。
But my being here made him act like the others. I can't risk you and Hugo. I can't let you die because I'm deaf.
違うよ。君はそんなすごい力なんて持ってない。
うるさいよ。
目に見えない噂に君自身まで惑わされないで。
A bonk. He's patted me gently as though he was trying to console me.
君はどんなに外の世界が怖くても誰かのために一歩足を踏み出せる。食材として飼っている魚に名前をつけちゃう。可愛い一面を持ってる女。
Well, I don't think that really has anything to do with me.
料理が得意で温かくて優しいシチューを作れる家庭的な女の子。
Without the poisonous potatoes, right?
花を家族みたいと言ってくれる
Yeah.
ロマンチストな女の子。
Oh.
ほら、怖いところより可愛いところの方がたくさん。根拠のない噂なんかよりそっちの方に自信を持って。そんな君が人の死を願い招くはずがないって。たとえこの国の誰もが君を死神と呼び続けても、俺だけは君を愛し。
Oh. Yes.
困ったな。
Uh-huh.
いつも軽薄な愛の言葉ばかり。
You've used I steru so much that when you mean it romantically, it's a little weird.
肝心な時に君を励ませるような他の綺麗な言葉が出てこない。こんなもどかしさは初めてだ。
What?
白鳥な自分が。
What?
恨めしいよ。
That makes sense to me. I shook my head in response. You're wrong. Your sincerity is what made you hold back just now, knowing the gravity of what love means. Thank you, Heaves. Everything you just said made me really happy. I don't want to give up yet. Yeah. I know I might be asking for a lot, but can I be a normal girl in front of you?
そこはいつまでもって言ってほしいかな。
I know I couldn't say that. Each time he touched me and whispered, oh, a powerful urge within me was telling me that I wanted to be someone special to him. That was something I could never wish for. Dear God. Yeah, we're getting horny, whether I was a human or actually deaf. Please watch over this dear person. Please protect him so that he never sees misfortune ever again. That was my wish. My one and only wish. All right. Oh, chapter 3! What a beautiful time. Well, we have to listen to this portion and then we can stop.
初めてあいつを見た時の今も焦ず
Yeah.
眩しく強く輝いていて
Yeah.
その笑顔をすぐそばで見ていたいと思ったんだ。
Yeah. All right. Well, this is where we're going to end it for the night. So now Gene Fetishist is after us. Oh, more bodies. Yay. So yeah, now the Gene Fetishist is after us. Hugo has left Yves for a bit. And there's just a lot going on. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, some men like pants. This man likes what's inside your cells. Which is weird. Gonna be honest. That's weird. Alright, but that's all the time we have for tonight. Yeah. So, let's pop over here. You all know the usual song and dance. If you're not already following me on social media, I'd appreciate very much if you would. As well, if you are not already part of our community Discord, I'd love to see you there. Yeah, brother, butler, creator, fuckery. All that. But yeah, this has been so much fun. I've had so much freaking fun coming back in. And so, next stream will be Friday. And it will be more Virche. Because, oh boy, I just want to play through this game until there's nothing left. I want to eat this game.
Yeah, I'm so glad to be back. Thank you so much, everybody, for stopping by. I really appreciate it. And, well, yeah, we are. We're on chapter 3, so there's only 2 more to go. Well, we gotta finish this one. But yeah, I hope you all have a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, whatever time it is for you. And, well, without any further ado, bye-bye!